Hi guys, you're welcome to Halogeneous Ideas. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to run VS Code with Python on your Android device. We are going to be installing VS Code, and on that VS Code, we will have Python running on it such that you'll be able to run Python code on your Android device using Studio Code. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is to bring in a Linux terminal to our Android device. I use termux. So if you don't have termux installed on your device, you can just go to the Play Store and look for the app termux. Look for termux, then install it. Just give it some time to install. Okay, so it is installed now, but my phone does this routine check every time you install a new application just to be sure that it is safe. So I'll just leave this one. Leave it to install all the bootstrap packages. Just give it some time, and you can see I have my Linux terminal via Termux on my Android device. So what is the next thing to do? You have to give Termux storage access so that when you are writing these Python files, your phone will be able to save them to your local storage in real time. Like you have a folder on your local storage where you can be working from. You are editing this Python file, and in real time it is being saved to your local storage. Okay, that is what we want to do first. How can you do that? Just run this terminal, termux, then setup storage. Okay, so it will ask for permission to for you to allow file access. For you to allow file access. For some Android phones, you can just see a prompt telling you to allow or decline or something like that. But in this case, I'll just scroll down to where I have Tamux, and I'll just click on this one, and you can see I have access. So Tamux now has access. So I'll just go back. Now, how can you verify that the access is now working? Just ls. Come here and list out all the files that you have. If you can see storage, then definitely it is working fine. The next thing you want to do is to update and upgrade your packages. Update their references, upgrade their versions. So how can you do that? I'll combine the two commands together. So apt update, then apt upgrade. Okay. So just give it some time to update and upgrade. So just yes. As the upgrade progresses, you will get some particular prompts to install some packages and all that. You can just type no for all those ones. You can just type no for all those ones. So just give it some time. Oh, this thing don't bring prompts. I still dey record safe. I didn't find it actually. So the upgrade is complete. Now the next thing we have to do is to install tur-repo. So you just use the pkg command to install tur, then repo. Okay, just install the tur-repo and give it some time to install. Just give it some time, and okay, now that the tur-repo is installed, we have to install code server, which is VS Code itself. So the VS Code is what is going to be running on. We are going to be starting a server for it using this Termux Linux interface. So we use the pkg command to install code server. Okay, code server. So run it, and you can see the space needed. The download size is 175 MB, but the space needed is over 1 gig. So just yes, then you continue the installation. As you can see, the code server is installed now. Just to confirm that we have Python installed. Normally Python comes pre-installed into termux, but just to be sure, just type Python 3, and you can see I have the Python shell here, so just exit. Okay, exit as a function, and you can see what we have now. So the next thing you have to do is to start the code server. To start the code server, just code then server. Okay, just code server, and it will start the VS Code interface for you. Now open any web browser of your choice on your phone. I'm going to be using Brave browser, so just Brave browser, and go to localhost port 8000. Okay, localhost port 8000, this localhost port 8000, then run it. Now it will ask for a password. This password can be located at this file that we have over here. So normally two options you have is to open the file, copy the password and paste it here. Every time you want to run VS Code, you have to copy that particular password. Or you can change the password to something you can easily remember. I'll rather change the password to something I can easily remember. So just copy this and copy this. Make sure you have the YAML copied. Then copy. Now open your termux. Open your termux. So this termux, you swipe right from the left. So you can see the direction that the the panel is coming out from. Okay, you can see this. Just swipe it. Then you open another section. You can see the section one here. If I click on the plus sign there, I'm running another Linux session. Okay, another Linux terminal. If you swipe this, you see I have terminal 1 where I'm running VS Code at the moment. Now I have terminal 2 where I'm not running anything at all. So you are going to be using Nano to edit that particular file where I said you are going to be getting the password from. So Nano comes pre-installed into termux, but just to be sure, you can do something like Nano. You can just do pkg install Nano. Okay, so you can see Nano is already installed, so you don't have to do that. So just type Nano, then you paste the path. Okay, you paste it. Now make sure that you have your YAML complete here. Please make sure that you have that YAML complete, then you run it. Now you can see that I have this interface where I'm seeing the bind address, the auth type, the password. So this is the password that VS Code is asking from you, this long password over here. So I'll rather delete it, then add my own password. Okay, I'll rather delete this, then add my own password, something I can easily remember, so that when next I'm logging into VS Code on my phone, I'll just type 1234. Okay, something this simple, something this simple. So then I'll go back, Control O to write, enter, then Control X to exit, Control X to exit. Okay, so if I come back here and let me just confirm that everything I'm doing worked fine. So CAT. You see, the password is now 1234. Now, I will go back to the initial session I have and Control C to close that current session that is running, that VS Code server. I'll close it, then I'll run it again. Okay, just code server, then I'll run it again. So now it is starting the server with the new configurations that I added to that particular file. So the password that I will have to enter will be 1234. So just come here, come to the Brave browser interface, reload it. Now enter 1234 and submit. 1234, then you submit. You can see I'm in. I'm in. So it will ask you to save password. I'll just close this one. So you can see the interface now. You can see the interface. So let me put this in desktop mode so you can see everything from afar at a glance. So it will open it in desktop mode. So you can see the desktop mode now. You can see the interface, and if I want it to be in dark mode, I'll just click on this one, and you can see it's now in dark mode. If I want dark high contrast, light high contrast, but I'll just leave it as the default for now to keep it simple. Okay, to keep it simple. So another thing that we have to do now is to open folder. Okay, to open folder so that any Python file that we are writing is going to be, we are going to create space for it on the local storage. We will be able to edit files on the local storage. So how can we do that? Just let me bring this back to mobile view. Mobile view. So after doing this, just open folder, click on open folder. Then you can see what I'm getting over here. Okay, if I click on storage, now this is my storage basically, my phone's storage. Okay, not my memory card. Now this is my phone storage, and I think I have my storage somewhere here. So this is my phone's internal storage. Okay, internal storage, you see all my folders. Okay, so the folder of interest is this documents folder. I want to open this documents folder in VS Code. So go back to the VS Code interface. I can go to the documents folder. You can see I have pydroid 3. Okay, which is exactly what I have over here, pydroid 3 folder. So I can just click OK, and it will reload VS Code in that particular folder. That is what it's going to be doing. It will reload VS Code in that particular folder. So you can see I have pydroid 3 and this Tomcache whatsoever. So if I want to create a folder, I can just come here and say py testing. Okay, py testing. Then you see the name of the folder is what, py testing. If I should come back to my local storage, you see now I have py testing that was added just now. I can open py testing, and inside py testing I want to create a file and call the file maybe test.py. Okay, so run this. You see now I'm having test.py. If I should come back here, this is pytesting. Now I have test.py, an empty Python file. So everything is working fine. Now before we'll be able to run Python on this particular VS Code, we have to install the Python extension. Okay, that will interface between the Python we have on termux and the Python code that we are writing on VS Code. Don't forget, Python is an interpreted language, meaning that you need an interpreter. You need to be able to feed your Python code into the interpreter for you to be able to get output. How can you do that? Come to the extensions marketplace, and in this extensions marketplace, look for Python by Microsoft. Okay, Python by Microsoft. So you can just click on this and look for Python. Python by Microsoft. It is most likely going to be the first or the second one. Okay, this MS Python. That is the one you're looking for. This MS Python. Okay, so just click install. It has over 7 million installs. So just wait for it to finish installing, and we can continue. It's going to finish installing very soon. Just give it some time. It is still installing. Okay, I think it is done installing now. It is done installing now. So I can just go back to the file panel, click on test.py, close the file panel, and let me just write a bit of Python code. If I should come here, and you can see it is now showing 3.12.11. This is the version of Python that I have, 64-bit Python. Initially it will just show Python there as per this is a Python file that I'm working on, but now it is now showing me the version of Python I have on my local, on my termux. That is to tell you that the Python extension that I just installed, it is working because it is now interfacing between VS Code and the Python interpreter I have. So I can confidently come here to write a Python command, print 24. Okay, then if I print 24, you can see the what VS Code gives us on desktop, those suggestions and the doc string of the function. Everything is intact. So now I can just use this play button over here, this play button over here to run it. If I should come here, you can see I'm having 24 here. Okay, you can see I'm having 24 here. I can simply come here and as well close that terminal. If I click on this one small and I come here, you see I have 24. Okay, if I run it again, I have my 24. Let me change this to I am a boy, a string. So I am a boy. You can see even the auto completion that we get on desktop, we are still getting it here as well. So run the code. You see now I'm getting I am a boy. Okay, so I am a boy. So that is it basically. Now you can continue to write as much code as you want. Okay, and don't forget you can actually take this to desktop mode if you think you need more space to write whatever code you want to write. For example, if you want to write a for loop, just the same way you will write your for loop normally. So just give it some time to load the extension, the Python version you have, and the Python file itself. So come here and you can begin to write your code. If you look below the screen, you will see all the necessary things there. You can see the Python extension loading, the Python text, the Python interpreter version, and everything that we have. So I can just come here to write a for loop. I can just say for I in I in range of 24. Okay, print print I, just print I like that. Okay, so click on that play button that we have. So you can see now if you look at the terminal part of the screen, if you look down here, you will see that I have everything working fine. You can see everything is working fine. So that is basically how to, if you want to take it back to mobile view, you can see the mobile view here. Okay, so basically that is how to install VS Code on Android with Python and access to your local storage. Okay, so and how to install the Python extension so that it will stand as an interface between the Python interpreter and VS Code which you have installed. So that will be all for this tutorial. Thank you for staying till the end. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, the comment section is open for you to ask them and we'll return in as soon as possible. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.